Hello, everybody. Vol and Cassie, thank you for being here so early. And then right as the stream started, Hannah came in. What's up? And Jack. And Fair. Fair, sorry to hear that you're not feeling well. Hopefully the music and the stream can help a bit. And what's up, Splash Game? Nice to see you. I was trying to warm up my hands a bit right as I started the stream. It's something I don't do enough that I really should do. I don't really have the luxury of like playing without warming up and having things go well. Like I need to yeah. But I hope you're all doing well. I don't know if any of you are up to anything special or not special. I don't know, maybe you're making a sandwich. But I appreciate you joining me here as you do, whatever it is. Gotta do them scales, yeah. The biggest thing for me, if you get, like... Also, I did some measurements for the, for one, out of curiosity, but also to, get some info to the luthier who may be building a new guitar for me. And so I was looking at string spacing and neck size and stuff like that, and it looks like this guitar is actually slightly bigger than normal by like a millimeter. So, but I spent like way too much time looking at guitar stuff yesterday. Slightly obsessive. Up slightly too late. Although the situations are somewhat rare, it's like, man, if the I guess what I'm looking at is like if the difference between like doing this, if that could be reduced down to something like this, that would be huge. Because what I'm starting to see is that as difficult as it is to spread out this way, I think the majority of the tension in my hand comes from separation this way, which is like particularly unnatural for like humans doing this. Also, I changed my strings, so they're gonna be going out of tune a lot. In fact, I just tuned them right before I switched over to this scene, and oh, I guess it's actually not terrible. To create many channel point redemptions, yeah. I guess I'm just not sure if like, I don't know, good things, like things that fit the stream. Ron, what's up? How are you doing? So I did try to play a little bit last night, partially to get the strings worn in a little bit, but yeah, that's how fast they go out of tune. Stream hopping, it's spreading the love. I appreciate you spreading the love. I was like, what is that? Way, nice to see you. Yeah, those are, I guess, supposed to be DDH's emotes. But how are you doing? For any of the mods around, that is not a bot. That is... Looks like Way needs to resub to DDH. Okay, so I'm gonna play something, we'll just start out slowly. Very slowly. Hello, Sunny. Yeah, I mean, if you guys have ideas for channel point stuff with just the, how would you put it, like, just the, knowing that if you suggest stuff, I might not follow through with the suggestion, but if I don't, that it's, I promise, for a good reason. I was talking to someone. I mentioned this to someone like a few days ago, that when it comes to suggestions and advice, sometimes I can come across perhaps as like stubborn, but it's usually because I just kind of I may have either tried the thing out, or I just don't actually feel like it'll fit. Hey, what's up, Mikey? The site you use to set your channel points up. That's interesting. So it's like, it's not through Twitch. It's like not the Twitch channel points. Mine X Carbon E. Hello from France. Hello from the United States. Et bienvenue. What is up? And hello, Monkey Supporter. Thank you for the follow. It was an external site. Interesting. What made you want to use an external site? Or does anybody have an idea, perhaps, what the site Hannah's talking about? I still can't remember. It's all good. Wait, is it Streamlabs? Like, do you using... Oh, Monkey Sporter. Simba, thank you for the 45-month resub. I appreciate the support for all this time. Simba's been here forever. That's wild. I appreciate it, though. You found it? Nice. What's it called? Captain Moonscar, nice to see you. What is up? And yeah, Vault, do what you gotta do. Hey, thanks, Thaldor. I put on these new strings, so they're like kind of bright right now and kind of tinny. Oh, it was what Fair said. It was Trigger Fire. Okay, I'll have to. I guess I can check it out later. I've actually never heard of it. I'm gonna try some. I saw some. Dude, how? Yeah, Fair said it just a. Also, Daniel, what's up? I knew someone else had popped in. Daniel, thank you for being here. It was only a minute or two ago. You were probably. I mean, if you were looking, you totally missed it. It's all good. I was watching someone play this, and they just like. Just like curled their fingers and like the. I don't know, I just can't do it. Hello, Tanya. So you know what? We're gonna try it. Hey, Brian. You know, this piece might not actually be bad to try out for you, because this has the same thing we were talking about yesterday. So instead of... And thanks for the claps. Also, hello, Hungin. How are you doing this evening? So what I was just talking about, what I mentioned to Brian just a second ago, is that a lot of music for guitar has you accompany yourself when you play. So you guys heard just right before that. And the notes are kind of just written out. If you were to just play the notes, it's like. Like, it's just a series of eighth notes. Eighth note triplets, I guess you could say. So what you have to do is like, yeah, that's kind of extraño. Is there space? Extraño? Comantes desayunos? If Fair can't figure it out, then I can't. So like you have there's a sort of hierarchy of priorities of the different voices. So this one at the top is at the top. And the bass kind of comes second. That's gonna stick out anyway a little bit. But like way below it is. That should just be the accompaniment that it is. That it's just this thing in the background creating sound, and it's not. As opposed to one, two. Where here they're all the same. And then that all has to be shaped within the larger structure of like. So it all reaches up to here. So all the voices, like this voice changes, but all the other ones change in relation to it. Here's another example of that where we could go. How's it going, Sponge Twister? Speaking of voices, but you keep thinking like you're listening to a spaghetti western movie? Also, Tanya, yeah, it can be hard to, and I really mean, so let me like put it into perspective so I don't sound like a jerk. Because I think this is an important point. And thanks for the claps, everybody. And I'm curious what other people think about this, because there's a more general sort of point to potentially be discussed here. So in terms of separating this stuff, if you're just thinking about physically what to do, it can actually be, it'll be more difficult to separate the voices. So typically when someone's starting out, they're thinking about the notes. They're like, okay, I gotta play a B and a D at the same time, and then I need to play a B and then an F sharp, and then a B and then a D and then an F sharp. And so they're thinking like, and when you're thinking of things in isolation like that, well, by the very nature of it, you're not thinking about it in terms of the context. Hey, Lord of Chaos, how's it going? And again, I've made the analogy of like, you know, reading either like when you're starting out reading, sounding out each letter, or perhaps better in this situation, reading one word at a time. And that's why I would like when little kids read, it's like there's no emotion. There's like nothing being conveyed. It's just like they're just trying to read the words. It's very like surface level. It's very mechanical. That's just their concern is of actually getting the words out. Campier, just wanted to, I appreciate you saying hey and popping in, Dimples. So it's the same thing here when you're like really focused on the mechanical aspects of stuff, the technical challenges. That's where your brain is focused, and so you're not you're making it difficult for yourself to hear and see the context of what's going on. And so if you're able to get past the technical stuff, and you're actually like at times like quite literally like hearing the sound before you do it, then it's gonna actually be difficult to go like, we can all do, using the same analogy, we can all do like a little experiment. Try just reading any of the things in chat or just say a sentence and don't emphasize a single word or a single syllable. Yeah, exactly, when you know the piece. But I really had to think about not putting in vibrato. So like you're gonna have a tendency, even if you do that, like, oh, but I really had to think about. And you may have a tendency to actually like look at the word about, and it's now 2 syllables, and actually go about instead of about. And it's more difficult to read like that than it is to go, but I really had to think about not putting in vibrato. And like Hannah said, yeah, you definitely have to have a technical foundation before you're able to see and focus on the nuances. And actually, yeah, focus is actually probably the better word than just see, because even if you see the nuances, if you can't focus on it, then it'll be difficult to execute on it. But that's why I'm such a big supporter of 2 different things, which is developing solid technique and getting down fundamentals, but also developing what you could call like the theoretical side of music and understanding it and developing your ear so that you can make sense more easily and more naturally of what's going on. So then you can just actually focus on, well, saying something with the music as opposed to just playing a series of pitches in time. And what I mentioned, it was part of a larger conversation potentially. So I saw someone ask on TikTok, what does it mean to play with emotion? And I'm curious to hear your thoughts on that. And I don't think there's a sort of like set one like correct answer, but to me, it seems to be you have to be connected to something in some way, but also that you have to get past that level of just focusing on technique. So I guess you could say you'll start playing with emotion when you're playing what you're hearing. So you have to hear it. I don't know if that automatically means you'll be playing with emotion, but what I can say is if you're not doing that, you're almost certainly not playing with emotion. That if you're not hearing it, you just can't really be saying very much, even if you wanted to, and even if you feel something from the piece. You're almost just like technically limited by the limitations of our brains. As part of the series on music, if you... Hey, what's going on, Humbeer? Yeah, I mean, dynamics are part of it. Again, there's all these things. Yeah, dynamics, articulation, all the stuff, phrasing. So if we do this, so already I didn't do this. Does anybody know the main difference between those two? And they both had the voices separated. It's still going. Hello, Brilliant. Thanks for wishing a nice stream. So the answer, I guess you could say, is one of these. I started out the tempo. It just starts out full speed right away. And this one starts out. It just like starts out slower and then smoothly just sort of speeds up. So by the time you get to this note, you're already at full speed, but it just didn't. So that's part of it too. And then like the same thing when you get to the end of a. So that's the same thing, slowing down to emphasize the cadence. Because there are instruments where you actually literally can't play with dynamics, at least not easily or not smoothly. So an example would be the harpsichord or the organ, for the most part. Like, I know there's a pedal on organs that controls the volume kind of, but you know what I mean. And on the harpsichord, well, there just isn't. But those instruments can still be musical. And so, but they actually don't have dynamics at their disposal for tools to express emotion. Clavichord, yeah, anything where it's like the strings are being plucked as opposed to struck by something. Yeah. No cigar, yeah, you just can't do it. You just can't do it. So there are other ways to express things. But it seems like that's why I was trying to think of, like, instead of like, oh, what makes something musical? Dynamics or articulation or tone or something like that. It's like, I think those are part of it, but there seems to be a way to, like, at least like one level deeper or something that would encompass all that. Is like, you have to be hearing something, so there has to be intention involved, and then you have to be able to act on that intention and communicate what you're hearing. That's at least what I got out of it. And something I kind of honestly like about that is that that's not very abstract. Like, it's like, in a certain sense, it's something you can put into practice, because I can imagine some other potential responses that are, it's like, what does it mean to play with emotion? It's like, well, you have to feel something. It's like, okay, like, yeah, how do you actually, like, do that though? And what's happening when you do that? It being timing? Oh, I'm not sure what it is referring to anymore. I already lost the context. Breathing in a lot of situations would probably help things be more natural. Same thing with, like, moving your body. Like, that could be another thing. It's like, you're playing with emotion if you're moving, but that's not always the case. I see what you mean. How you would show emotion in an instrument without dynamics. Yeah, again, timing. So, like, perhaps the main things would be, like, yeah, timing. So that's in terms of, like, slowing down, speeding up, stuff like that. Holding out certain notes. And then also, I think a huge one is articulation. Actually, we can kind of do this. This harpsichord sound slightly lets you play with dynamics, but for the most part, it doesn't. So it'd be like the difference, like... So rhythmically, these are the same. Versus... one of them is da 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 da, and the other being da 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 dun 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 da. Or something like so one. So by holding down the top note, it it creates now a difference between the top note and the two below it. Considered tempo to be in the dynamics category, but now I see that's not correct. Yeah, tempo is, in the most simple sense, it's just like the speed you're taking. And the two can be connected, although not. There wouldn't be like a perfectly like they wouldn't be like perfectly correlated. So, like I said, at this cadence right here. The tempo and the dynamics that are changing there, but they're not changing because of each other. They're changing. There's like the same root cause that are like, because there's a cadence and a point of tension and something significant happening. The dynamics, the volume is increasing, and also the tempo is slowing down. But they're not doing it. It's not like you're increasing the volume, so therefore you're slowing down, and it's not you're slowing down, so therefore you're increasing the volume. It's just they stem from the same thing. So they're happening simultaneously, but they're not the cause and effect of each other. Because you could actually, you could sort of do it slightly differently. You could actually have the volume, I don't know, decrease, perhaps, or something like... There's actually, where I purposefully switch up that in Recuerdos, this part. So if we go... So you could, it's like just as valid to actually grow and have this be the height. To have the dynamics be loudest there. But you can actually you can do something slightly different and bring attention to it in the opposite way by actually pulling back. So that's and same thing right there. Louder and it's not always just like one or the other, and it's not that simple. If you notice, there were swells and stuff and accents within these things. Like, it wasn't just or like I didn't just like it didn't just like drop down. Hey Funky, how's it going? Interesting, almost painful that way. Yeah, it's as opposed to like the heavier things, sort of like this. It's more, I guess, inward or something like that. Yeah, it definitely seems like, and many of you know, I explain things with physical gestures. So oftentimes it's shoulders and eyes slash eyebrows. I feel like that does a lot. Probably because there's so much emotion around, like the difference between, and as crazy as that probably just looked for a second. And again, we know what these things mean. And like we feel these gestures. I actually spent way too much time yesterday looking at videos on early childhood development and like different experiments. I spent way too much time. But one of them was an experiment where they had really young kids. I forget how many months old. They weren't verbal. I don't know. They couldn't really do very much, but they had the mother react to the baby and just sort of the baby sitting down and they're just kind of playing somewhat, and then the mother turns, and when the mother turns back, she then gives no reaction to the baby and just stares at the baby like this. And it's like disturbing to see, and the super young child is disturbed by it. Now maybe disturbed isn't the best, like I don't mean that in a really extreme sense, but I mean like actually like disrupted by it, where the baby's like ah, and then the mother doesn't, there's no reciprocation of the emotion and gestures and stuff, and the baby just like starts to freak out slowly until the baby will just end up crying because they just can't it's like from a super early age just deeply troubling to not to just see a blank face. What's another one where we can... the experiments can be tough to watch sometimes because, like, you know, again, we're like wired to not want to see babies cry. My understanding is that these types of situations, though, are not like actually life altering or like traumatic in that sense. You know, there's one where a mother leaves the baby and a stranger comes into the room. But that's like a pretty common occurrence. For example, like leaving a child for daycare or school or something like that. Like these things just happen. I'm not really sure that's... I'm not really sure they get into the realm of like unethical, but that's just for my understanding of it. Also, thanks for the claps. You stole your nose? God damn it. I was traumatized. Now, I'd imagine repeated, that as like a repeated behavior and thing would definitely have an effect. Threw up and had to sit there the rest of the day with puke, but oh, gross. Frederick II experiments with children receiving no attention and speaking to back. Okay, that's horrible. Now that is, yep, that's gonna have permanent debilitating effects. That's sounds like actually potentially the worst thing you could ever do to a child. Like, quite literally. You know, we were just talking about recuerdos, so... Geechin, thank you. Am I saying that right? Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. Geechin, thank you again. Also, Tanya is saying classical violinist. I'll definitely have to check you out. Hopefully the stream went well. Thank you for bringing everyone over. Vol, thank you for gifting Geechin a sub. And thank you for the follows. Agent Jacqueline, Sergeant Cilantro, Ahmed, Son of Odin, Jack Bars, Anderson. Thank you. What is up, Crit? I just put on new strings last night so they go out of tune, like, constantly. Again, they're also really bright and, like, kind of scratchy at times, but they'll just have to kind of get worn in. But for the people who are new, my name's Rafi. I go by Schnaff around here, although both work. That's just a nickname. My main focus is classical guitar, but I also do some singing, and I really like improvising, especially on the keyboard. But yeah. Hopefully you enjoy the music. You bright, yeah. It's like it's like bright, not in a good. It's like really sharp, and again, tinny is the word that people use in the guitar world. It's like, yeah. Yeah, piercing. You know what? Yeah. Also, Geechin asked how the stream was going. The stream's going well. We have talking about human psychology, and in particular, early childhood development. But is that normal? Yeah. You could talk about that for hours, and go for it if you want to. I will. I love, you know, this is not a concert. I don't want it to be a concert. I'd like discussions to take place. It stemmed from a discussion about, like, the idea of playing with emotion. And of course it just went somewhere else. Montoya, what's up? How are you doing? Also, wrote MV3, perhaps? Thank you for the follow. How intense it can be. I mean, it's up to you, like, intense can be good, as long as it's, yeah. But, I mean, you're obviously, I don't want to force you, like, talk, say what you think right now. I wonder if we can actually, like, use some examples of, to not spoil them. Yeah, there's some bad ideas out there. There's some bad ideas. What if we, okay, we'll do some Renaissance stuff. That means the other ones are getting flat. 1 second. Again, for those who don't know, nylon strings go out of tune like crazy. And I just changed them last night, so... It's such a hard sound. Also, I like Funky's comment, like castle music. That's definitely what happens when people hear Renaissance music for the most part. And that was Spanish Renaissance stuff. I feel like, and you know, Spanish Renaissance isn't just one thing. And in fact, this is the same composer, and this is going to sound quite different. So, not even just the same location and time, actual same composer. Also same composer, and this should sound different too. And not just the same composer, but the same forms. These are all pavans by Luis Milan. Rarest Paladin. I feel like that name fits the music. Bleeding Scarlet, Old Man Kennedy. Welcome in. How are you doing? And thanks for the claps, everybody. Okay, so now that's in contrast to an example of, well, English Renaissance music. Lovely. Like, I mean, Paladin, it fits perfectly. And thank you, Rarest Paladin. I'm glad you like the playing. This might fit even more. So listen to this. Check this out. So, again, I feel like that's the two words that come up, or the thing that comes up is fair maiden. My fair maiden, how art thou? I shall fight for your love and honor. For life is not worth living without you. Something like that. Think of such chipper music. But those people were pretty sad. There was some, they were dealing with some tragedy at times. So let's take a look at this. This is also English Renaissance music. 2, 4, 1, 5, and 3, a distant 5th place. Yeah, they're totally different, yeah. I do as well, Paladin. That's why I just put on new strings, so it's not, the sound isn't as soft and mellow as I'd like it to be, but it just takes time to sort of get them worn back in. Usually takes like a few days, depending on how much playing you're doing. So this is The Melancholy Galliard by John Dowland. And so you're going to see that there's just nothing chipper about this. Yeah, he had a I like that. You're hoping I'd give a conflicting idea. I mean, that's how I'd like to. Also, is it like Natalie? Natalie R. Perhaps. Hola, ¿qué pasa? And thanks for the claps. I often do that, and it can. I get the impression that it often comes across as potentially even argumentative or dismissive, but it's really just to. I don't know, trying to paint as large, simultaneously as large and as detailed of a picture of whatever situation is possible, whether it's an actual situation or whether it's a person or a group of music or whatever. Kat, thank you for the follow. So, again, this is also John Dowland, and this one is quite chipper. Right, it's totally different. Winpo, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. So we got all sorts of stuff going on with this music. Again, still Renaissance music, but of a totally different nature. This is a fantasia, so it heavily involves imitation. So imitation in music is, well, so we're gonna hear this. I'll play it super fast. And it gets imitated. So that thing's gonna get imitated over and over, and that's what this is based on. Also, there's something magical about hearing someone tune a guitar. Maybe it's this. It feels like an itch being scratched. It's one of the reasons I actually like tuning with a keyboard, because I have it in front of me so much. It's like, it's quite satisfying. So if I do this, okay. It's like, ah, yes. You play cello, so you tune it. Oh, so your situation is actually quite the bowed string instruments I find to be particularly, or sort of like uniquely satisfying in their resolving of things to a fifth, which we don't get that on guitar because everything's fourths and then 1/3 here. Although, except for when you do this, when 2 down to D. And it's just like, yeah, so. Like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Mike Oralmans, welcome in. How's it going? Now, this isn't a cello tuning. You guys would be Jeez. Cheap Asian. What's up? Enjoyed the Larkin. You know, speaking of cello. Thanks, Mike. I'm glad you like the music. Oh, they are. They just happen to be Dutch. Cowboy Cave, thank you for the follow. Thanks for the claps. Yeah, I don't do requests. Hey, welcome in, Cowboy Cave. The hope is that people just enjoy the stream and the music anyway. It can make it difficult in terms of incentivizing support. So I have to do these little self ads. So if you are enjoying the stream and haven't already followed, that helps. And also, if you have the ability to subscribe or cheer or donate, that would help out a bunch too, so I can keep streaming. A few words of Dutch, yeah. I tried to learn before, a couple years ago, before TwitchCon, because it was going to be in Amsterdam, and now it still is, but I can't go. I was learning a little bit. Like I know you guys are just saying good evening to each other. Goedenavond. When you smell English, you automatically switch to English. What happens when you smell American? Yeah. Then you start speaking American. Thanks for the claps. This is so we were talking about at the towards the beginning of the stream when you have arpeggio, like songs that are like sometimes completely just built on arpeggios. Bringing those things out, but that's actually just always what's happening. So an example here is instead of like, it's not that at all. Like, that's the melody. So that's always happening. Or at least it should be. Graphisme, hello. Flows through the soul? Thanks. Right on time. Hey, Graphisme, thank you. Speaking of support, thank you for the 3 months in a row of sub support. I do appreciate it. I appreciate the visit, even if it was just short, Old Man Kennedy. May your dinner be delicious. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the claps, everybody. Yeah, this one's almost like a combination of both the things we were talking about. So it's not. The melody is just. Not. This one actually has some cool stuff in that sense. If we go... There's a melody in the top here. Coco Gato. If that's how you say that, thank you for that follow. Thanks, Coco. Welcome in. And Tanya, I think that was on your end that time. I didn't hear anything cut out for me, so... Actually, this one had something different too that I didn't even mention. I've been talking about how the top voice needs to be brought out and the other stuff, the accompaniment below it, gets brought down. But this is the opposite because the melody's in the bass. Like, it's not... Thank you for turning into NPR. That was Piece Marietta by Francisco Tarrega. Such a lovely little piece. Lovely little piece on this Wednesday afternoon. Really lovely. We always love having Tarrega around here. just such a charming sound. Really just delightful. Up next is we will be moving from Spain over to Paraguay to play some music by the renowned 20th century guitarist and composer Agustin Barrios Mangarey. I hope you all enjoy. Thanks, Paladin. Jags has a radio show, like Shy Guy Jags. The constant high notes, yeah, that's... It's a nice effect on the instrument. Vol, thank you for gifting a sub to Rarest Paladin. Paladin. Check out the emotes. There's a whole bunch of them you have now. And you found the best one. And you found the best one. No, I want to get this. Although the new strings like kind of extra accent the difference between the tone of the different strings, but whatever. Music for myself? Kind of, a little bit, depending on what you, depending on if you consider improvising writing music. If you don't, then I write very little for myself. If you do, then I write quite a bit. So, good night, Kazi. Thank you for hanging out, being here as always. Totally counts? Then yes, I do a lot. Actually, if you want to check out a portion of it, if you look at my YouTube channel, it's basically a mix of the 3 things I do. So like classical guitar stuff, and then a whole bunch of improvisations that have been saved. Of all sorts of different styles and scales, not musical scales, although yes, but is this here? It is. Okay. Thanks, Tanya. Is this Ixo Lion, perhaps? IXO Lion? Thank you for the follow. And thanks, Paladin. Speaking of, I should probably chill with the guitar stuff for a moment. I'm like, been doing it for 2 hours straight with essentially no breaks. I noticed myself losing some focus there. You're a sight reader, so hard for you to improvise. Yeah, I really think it's important to develop as many different skills as possible. Also, thanks for the claps, everybody. Because I felt like one of the best things that's helped my playing, including my sight reading, and just playing that stuff is improvising. It's a form of just like clarifying. For me, it's partly like a form of clarifying just musical ideas in my head. Adeline, what's up? How are you doing? I think I've heard a lot of people mention things that stop them from improvising. It's like, well, it's just like, where do we start? What do you play? You have, let's just like limit it to the keyboard for a second. With a keyboard sound, with a piano sound, like, what do you play? Which note do you start with? Which notes do you start? Like, what do you do? And that's a good, it's a good question, right? You're well. How am I? I'm doing all right. Just, yeah, it's nice to see you here. I think so. Imposing some restrictions on yourself is probably maybe the best way to start. If you're not already like hearing something in your head, we talked about playing with emotion and before, but now I guess we could talk about inspiration and like what does it mean to be inspired. Partly for me, it means I'm just hearing something. It's like, how much am I hearing and how strong is that in my head? And so if I just like don't have anything in my head, it's really difficult because then I am quite literally just like taking my fingers and just like pressing them down somewhere. Now, that can be controlled by a bunch of different factors. What happens when you do that? Like I kind of just looked and I don't know, I just played something in B minor. So improvising the last melody. We could try doing that. Yeah, it sort of like gets into this conversation in the sense that like it can be difficult to sort of be put on the spot and be like, all right, do something, like play something and be inspired doing it. Even if it's not improvising, it could happen if it's just, a song that's already written. For me, it is like a double-edged sword and it can be pretty extreme, where if I'm feeling something and hearing it, it's really good for me to do it. I'll really want to play it. But if I'm not, it can just feel really forced. And then I think it comes through. I don't know if people can tell or if they even care. Bia Archer, hello. Try to figure it out. Any tips? I guess just, I don't know, observe what's going on as much as possible. And I don't think this is a tip, but just know that Twitch is a weird place. Well, it's just different, so it takes a while to get used to the different parts of it. glad you like the background. Billy Talon and Rise Against. Oh, nice. Take care, Lord of Chaos. Enjoy the concert. Let us know how it goes. So what you can do sometimes, if something just isn't already just like in your head, you can try to just make yourself do something. Just start somewhere. What if you just told yourself to just play a C major chord? And part of what improvising is for me is that because it's a response to what I'm hearing in my head, sometimes you can prompt yourself to hear things by at least forcing what comes before it. So like, is your ear going anywhere from there? Or is it just like hearing this and it's just dead? There's just nothing. Am I teaching piano? No, I'm just, I guess, talking about improvising. And maybe you can force some uninspired stuff, and then hopefully the inspiration, you start hearing things as you start to play more, it becomes less forced. Maybe you could go like, just start with something simple. And so like, I'll kind of do this. I'm gonna try to force this upon myself. Luke, thank you for the 2-month resub. Appreciate the support. Glad you like the vibe and music. Also, Vance Call, thank you for the follow. So, that was an example of something where I literally just picked the most simple like musical idea, which is just like C major chord. And something I like to do is bring things back to where they started oftentimes. Like, actually probably in the majority of the things I do. I think it works on a compositional level, and also it can be fun. Because sometimes you can find yourself in some crazy places. You're like, uh-oh, I found myself here. I found myself in A flat. I started in C. How the hell am I gonna get back? Without it being forced and just being like... It'd be like, oh, I'm back. It's like, how can you actually smoothly do that? Also, what's going on, Wildcat? How to be smooth piano boy. Yeah, those things take not just knowledge of like theory and stuff, but also thinking about composition. Because like you can know that like, oh, to go to C major, I play a G major chord. But it's like when and where and how and like. Were you able to feel it? Or you could just give yourself a random melody or something like that. Force a particular song. Think about a particular composer or something like that, and just try to do your best to copy that. Like it's never gonna sound exactly like them, but that can force you to do different things. Something I was doing the other day was, I did it on stream. I didn't mention it, but as I was playing, one of the things I was doing was anytime I focused on a particular note, I tried to, as like quickly as possible, here. I tried to, as quickly as possible, think about what chord that's part of that I wouldn't play. Hey, Bruce Lee. So what I mean by that is, okay, we're doing this. And your attention can go to, perhaps your attention goes to here. There's 3 other pitches, like letter names. There's gonna be a G and a B flat as part of this E flat major chord. And so I go like, but my attention was drawn here. In this example, you go like, okay, so. And I can think about the the chords in E flat, but it's like I want to do something different. So I look at this note, it's no longer just E flat. It could be E flat, could be D sharp, whatever. F double flat. I don't know, it could be. Take care. Glad to have stumbled. Me too. But thank you for hanging out, Paladin. We will see you later. And so what you can do is just look at this one note, and it's like, this is an example of reharmonizing, but I was trying to think about it in a sort of more extreme way. So like it's part of an F7 chord. But I was trying to do it like on every single change in a note, I would change the chord to like something different. But I also wasn't having myself stick to just a set melody. Like it wasn't just "Can You Feel the Love Tonight?" And like you're gonna play things that you don't like, and some things you do like, but it'll just like force you to do something different. You can force yourself to just do a lot of different things like that. You can. It's what I meant by like imposing some sort of restrictions to force something different, to force creativity. You could think. You could try to think about like a whole bunch of inversions or something. Like you can think about this. Maybe you can simplify other stuff. So maybe your brain is just thinking C major, and whenever you do that, you just think like... But maybe you don't think so much about A flat when you're actually kind of close. And you can find, like, I don't know, a sound you may not have thought about. Les frères Yoshi Gui. Welcome in, Yoshi. These sounds are very different. Welcome in, T2. Q-Binks, what's up? Vive la Bretagne. Hello from France, but why la Bretagne? Or I guess Britain for like okay, so yeah, I always think Great Britain, but you're talking about like in France. Et bonjour. Bienvenue. Limousin. And the way, yeah. Shiram, hello. Edith Piaf, I cannot. So those are ways to open yourself up to playing some different things. And then you could do the actual just sort of more like typical reharmonization thing where you do just think about a melody and you can change the harmonies in as many different places as you want. Like it could even be Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Most people know that. And so you could even change this like maybe you can alter some of the melody notes. And so you can so I change that like every time the pitches change in the melody, but you don't have to do that. And just think about what could just fit. You could almost do it like systematically, like just what notes could be part of what chords. And what you'll find out the more you do it is that so many notes can be part of so many other chords. This G could be part of C major, or it could be part of G major, or it could be part of A7. Or it could be part of A flat major 7. Or it could be part of B flat 6. or 13, depending on the other notes. Or it could be part of F9, like. D sus4. A minor 7. C sharp or C sharp with sharp 11. This is I don't. Whoops. Whatever. And so those are all ways to just experiment and mess around. Different stuff. Friendly, nice. It's so cute. Thanks, Sketchy. I'm glad you like the stream. And how's it going, Slim Fit? Wait a second, did you follow last stream or something? Because it says this is your first time chatting. And then what you ultimately do, so like these are almost like just straight up exercises. What you hopefully do is start to catalog in your brain what chords and in relation to other chords around it and stuff like that, other aspects of rhythm, melodic stuff, all the like texture, all the elements of the music that you experiment with, you start to go like, okay, that's, it's great whether you can, sort of play it or not. Like you have to be able to do that first. But then you go like, how do all these things like make you feel? Like what did this do? When you did that, and what was the difference between that and or and then when you want to bring those things back, now you're thinking about writing or playing something, and you want to create these certain feelings and stuff, you now hopefully have more tools to create specific feelings and moods. He sounds like learning that. Well, that's what I was doing, yeah. And you can vary that, so now it's like the rate at which it changes. The tonality. Actually change some of the intervals. Hello, Apocalypse Squirrel. Totally change the texture and style. Doing a lot of dissonant chords, it freaks people out. Yeah, I think if you can balance... hello, Nad. How are you doing? If you can balance the sense of familiarity and, well, having some things being familiar and some things being not familiar, you can do a lot. If things are just too familiar, then it gets boring. If things are too unfamiliar, then there's nothing for people to latch onto. And that's actually one of the nice things about using perhaps a common melody or just repeating a motive or something like that. It gives people something to latch onto. And the more you can latch onto something in one aspect of what you're doing, the more you can deviate from it in another aspect. Whereas perhaps if we weren't familiar with this melody and I just started this out right away, you just wouldn't, a lot of this wouldn't make as much sense. Just played a chromatic scale going down like right, so Yeah, then you get into Jacob territory. Well, that's what I mean. Like, these notes should probably not be... Yeah. I gotta run for just a second. I'll be back, and then I'll do some more music. But yeah, just give me 1 second. Time for more coffee? Nice, yeah. Get some coffee. Vol, I'm glad you liked the demo. Again, anyone else, if you liked the demo or just wanted to help support the stream or anything, subscribing, cheering are all great ways to do that. Also, those social media things popped up, and checking out stuff there and sharing it also helps out a ton. And yeah, I appreciate any and all support. Mike's the pick. What's up? How are you doing? I think I may actually do some singing stuff. It's been a few hours. Oh, Marmo, thank you for the bits. Thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, what's up, Kaylee? All right, blindfolded. So, is this just an excuse for Kaylee to get me to not look at the chat so then she can say insulting things about me? Toxic quantity of chocolate. That's not good. Yo, Captain, thank you for the 43-month resub. Apparently commands don't work. I think I did that somewhere else. I think commands don't work with resub messages. They don't work. Yeah, okay, yeah, definitely didn't. I swear I tried to do that on someone else's stream and it didn't work. All right, blindfolded thing. Let's do this. What the? It's because I have the music playing. Casey, thank you for the 500 bits. Yeah, let's kick off the hype train. Hype train. All right, blindfolded hype train. Blindfolded hype train. Totally hype music for the hype train. Oh, that's flat, but whatever. I went for a hard read on Kaylee saying something. On Kaylee saying something. Volt, thank you for gifting 3 subs. Apocalypse Squirrel, thank you for the 100 bits. Kizraxis resubscribed for his 2nd month. Thank you for the resub. Mikey cheered 500 bits. Fair gifted a sub to Crit Twitch. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for the claps as well. I tried to go for the read. That's true, I don't have giant hands at all. Casey, thank you for now 321 more bits. Oh, yummy. Such a guitar player. Such a guitar player. It's flat. You're flat. It's flat. It's flat. DDH, what's up? Nice to see you. It's funny, someone tried to use your emotes earlier, but I guess was not subscribed, and it just looks like craziness. It just looks like... When I deviated from the score, I just messed up. I overthought it because it exposed that part of what I was doing was relying too much on muscle memory. All right, it's been 3 hours of mainly guitar stuff. Can you guys hear them upstairs by any chance? And I kind of want to do some more. Are you sure? Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Time out. Time out. Time out. Hold on. Hold on. Time out. I'll be back in just a second. Oh, I'm such an idiot. 1 second. Kaylee, shut it down. Okay. There's no more Song of Storm remix. I could do it. It's just like it's a little it just adds like an extra step with having the video playing at the beginning of the stream too, but Okay, time for some... We'll end with some singing. I don't know why, but this song kind of popped into my head. Thanks, guys, for the support for the level 2 hype train. Patui, thank you for the 1.5 years of sub support. What shit? Kaylee, you are not talking about you are not talking about that emote itself. Kaylee, that's like guys, how long has it been? It's been months. I haven't seen it though. It's really stupid. It sucks because PogChamp's like one of the greatest emotes ever. It's really bad. It's also literally pixels different from another emote that was already existed, which is maybe the craziest part about it. It's like oh my god, what the hell is it called? I never use it. I can't remember. Look at the global emotes. You'll see it. That's right, Komodo hype. Yeah, so look at Komodo hype versus PogChamp, and look how similar. They slightly changed the eyes. The orange part around the eye in PogChamp is slightly darker. Oh my god! It's just like it's just slightly brighter. It looks like it's like slightly clearer. Yeah, less blurry. Holy so stupid. I want to live, I want to give. I've been a miner for a heart of gold. It's these expressions I never give that keep me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold, and I'm getting old. I've been to Hollywood, I've been to Redwood, I've crossed the ocean for a heart of gold. I've been in my mind, it's such a fine line that keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. That keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. You keep me searching and I'm growing old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. I've been a miner for a heart of gold. No, I'm not lip syncing. It should be synced up. Yeah, always whenever that happens, just refresh either the player by double clicking the thing that's somewhere around here. Thanks for the claps. What else have we not done? Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, there's actually a bunch of stuff. But I was hoping to do things that are like really laid back, I guess. Geez, do I even remember how to do this? You just refreshed? Nice, cool. Deals the cards as a meditation, and those he plays never suspect. Doesn't play for the money he wins. He doesn't play for respect. He deals the cards to find the answers, the sacred geometry of chance. A hidden law of probable outcome. The numbers lead the dance. I know that the spades are the swords of a soldier. I know that the clubs are weapons of war. I know that diamonds mean money for this art, but that's not the shape of my heart. He may play the jack of diamonds. He may lay the queen of spades. He may conceal a king in his hand while the memory of it fades. I know that the spades are the swords of a soldier. I know that the clubs are weapons of war. I know that diamonds mean money for this art, but that's not the shape of my heart. That's not the shape of my heart. If I told you that I loved you, you'd maybe think there's something wrong. I'm not a man of too many faces. The mask I wear is one. Those who speak know nothing and find out to their cost. Like those who curse their luck in too many places. Those who fear are lost. I know that the spades are the swords of a soldier. I know that the clubs are weapons of war. I know that diamonds mean money for this art. But that's not the shape of my heart. That's not the shape of my heart. Thanks for the hearts and the flames and the claps. Is old song Russians? I don't know if I'm familiar with that song, actually. I could be. If I am, I'm. I don't know by name, which happens a lot. No, I've never heard it before. And I hear like the first note, and I'm like, oh, I know what that is. Cool collab idea. What, me collaborating with Sting? Guys, I just texted Sting. All right, here's a song that's not by Sting, but by someone who I'm going to collab with, Cat Stevens. She hangs her head and cries on my shirt. She must be hurt very badly. Tell me what's making you sadly. Open your door, don't hide in the dark. You're lost in the dark, you can trust me. 'Cause you know that's how it must be. Lisa, Lisa, sad Lisa, Lisa. Her eyes like windows, trickling rain upon her pain, getting deeper. Though my love wants to relieve her, she walks alone from wall to wall. Lost in a hall, she can't hear me, though I know she likes to be near me. Lisa, Lisa, sad Lisa, Lisa. She sits in a corner by the door. There must be more I can tell her if she really wants me to help her. I'll do what I can to show her the way, and maybe one day I will free her, though I know no one can see her. Lisa, Lisa, sad Lisa, Lisa. How's it going, Zelda's kitten? I'd definitely be interested to hear a solo version of Message in a Bottle. Thanks for the claps. Oh, I guess we can do this, because why not? Bonsoir, TB. How are you doing? Also, roll 6 to crit. Thank you for the follow. A few minutes ago. If anyone wants to join in on this next one to sing the harmonies, feel free. Don't be timid. We can't hear. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seed while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and down, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. In the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more, people talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs that voices never share, and no one dare disturb the sound of silence. Fool, said I, you do not know, silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you, take my arm that I might reach you, but my words like silent raindrops fell and echoed in the well of silence, and the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made, and the sign flashed out its warning in the words that it was forming, and the sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls and tenement halls, and whispered in the sound of silence. non-English speaker. I could see that. So Energene, what's up? Hey, thanks TV. And hello Amanda, how are you doing? Kez, nice to see you as well. Thanks, Val. I really need to learn Bridge Over Troubled Water. I was supposed to do that earlier, but I like months ago, but I got distracted. Now, it was a good distraction. It was more like just getting priorities in line, but got home early. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Just chilling, streaming, maybe for like 30 more minutes, something like that, for a total of 4 hours. Yeah, it's so... I will lay me down, like a bridge over troubled waters. I will ease your mind. Something yeah, only 18 different chords. I just have to learn. I just really like that line and what happens there. And we were talking about some of this stuff, or the difference between that and when pain is all around. That's very different. So if we do it with no inversions, when pain is all around, like a bridge, as opposed to when pain is all around. Je passe rapidement faire un coucou et bonsoir Antichrist. Thank you for just coming by, even if it's quickly, to say hello. See, now that's in my head. Now that's in my head. I should learn it. I should learn it. I may actually have to go sooner than I thought before. I'm getting just like kind of hungry. What do I have? J. Oh, Billy Joel and Elton John. Jeez. Like 10 years ago. Haven't played it since. It brings it a smile to hear you play it. Well, one day I'll like actually play it, but I'm glad it brought a smile nonetheless. Just doing that little bit. Someone else who likes inversions? Elton John. It's a little bit funny, that feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. If I was a sculptor, then again, no, or a man who makes potions in the traveling show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. Tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is when you're in the world. Sat on the roof and kicked off the moss. Well, a few of the verses, well, they got me quite cross. But the sun's been quite kind while I wrote this song. It's for people like you that they keep it turned on. So excuse me for getting, but these things I do. You see, I've forgotten if they're green or the blue. Anyway, the thing is, what I really mean, those are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. Tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is when you're in the world. I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is when you're in the world. Thanks for singing along, Moogle Boogle. Thanks for the claps. And Amanda, thank you for the 13-month resub with Prime Gaming. Thanks, Amanda. My stomach was growling in the middle of that. Bonne nuit, Antéchrist. Thank you again for coming by and saying hello. Merci pour cette belle mélodie. De rien, Antéchrist. Mona Lisas and Mad Hatters? I do not. Yeah, I should probably head out and eat something. I should just get out. I haven't been on the best sleep and meal schedule the past couple of days, so I should not push it. You're welcome. Thank you all for being here. Oh yeah, it's really rumbling. All right. I'm gonna do the ending song. Thanks for all the hearts. Thank you everyone for being here. I'm gonna find someone to raid. If you haven't already followed, make sure to do that so you know when I'm streaming next, which will be on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Also, if you'd like to help support, subscribing, cheering, donating, all helps out a bunch. And also checking out and sharing all the other stuff on places like YouTube and Twitter and Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff, all the fun stuff. It all helps out in all sorts of different ways. So thank you. Ninshu. Oh, thanks for the hearts. And what's up, Drain? What's up, dude? Thanks to the chat also for great conversation. Yeah, exactly. I appreciate that, for not just for myself, but for other people, because you guys are a key part of all of this. And I hope you, I just like to make sure that you all realize that you have a pretty important role in the stream. All right, so I'm gonna find someone to raid. This will probably take forever. Let's see. That's weird. You are very welcome, Fair. Thank you for being here. Oh, birthday? We have someone who has a birthday. Still scrolling. There may be multiple birthdays. Still scrolling. There are a billion people on Twitch. Okay. And she hasn't been streaming. So that's 17 raids so far this stream. All right, we're about to be raid number 18 on Elena Maddie's channel. So for those who don't know, she's doing music. It looks like she's saying all original tunes. Her body, her spirit, soul is happy. I'm glad I could help with the soul part of it, at least. All right, so let's do this custom. Oh, wait. Copy that raid call. Hey, what's up, GoldenEye? I don't know if you were lurking or not. If you just got here, we're about to head out. Oh, someone just raided her, so that's raid number 18. I don't think the person was actually keeping track, but that means we're going to be raid number 19. Yeah, thank you everyone for being here. Raid. Maddie. Okay. Yeah. Thank you again. I appreciate the support. Chatters, lurkers, modders, raiders. Bit cheerers and subscribers and sub gifters. Hey, what's up, Asamia? I appreciate all support. I hope to see you again on Friday, if not sometime soon after. What's up, Strumpf? Let's say hey to Elena, and yeah, I'll see you soon.
Worrying you'll set me free of all the things we've talked about. My worries and my thoughts are keeping